It's the Art of Whiskey back at the Whiskey Blendery. Look, this place is, I keep telling you, it's home. And we're going to tell a little bit about the bottles, some special bottles here today. We're going to start with bake sale. Now, what I've learned, and Tim, walk them through the power of a single barrel, because I didn't get that before. And then I learned later why single barrels are so unique.
Yeah, so each single barrel comes from one barrel.
That's it.
So if it's single barrel 102, then that is the only bottles. Everything that comes out of here is going to taste the same, but barrel 105, 103, 104, even though all the variables are identical as far as age and mash bill and everything else, but they'll taste different because of the barrel, because of the wood.
Yeah.
So when we have a single barrel, yeah, once it's gone, which is very similar to our blends because we make small, very small runs of them. Unlike, if we would make like 50,000 bottles of something, for example, then that blend, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's similar to our low yielding blends that once those are gone, they're gone. But yeah, that's actually a single barrel 95% wheat whiskey. Oh. So it's already a soft wheat whiskey, but this one's very unique because it has like buttered shortbread, cherry, apricot preserves, like a ton of things that you would get at a bake sale are in this bottle, meaning that's the flavor of the single barrel that comes from the wood. Yeah. So there's no additives, there's no sugar, we didn't put pound cake in the deal. It's straight from the barrel, and we proofed it down to 95, lowered the price point, and it's a exceptional bottle.
There you have it. Now, bake sale is one of them ones that, as he said, goes well with sweets. We've been diving into whiskey and sweets and realizing, man, whiskey tastes good with red velvet cake. It tastes super good with apple pie.
You know what I had, which I need to bring these. So 2 nights ago, I was with my brother, and he had these Buc-ee's dark chocolate covered espresso beans.
Was it coffee or like?
They were the beans dipped in dark chocolate. So you eat them like a snack.
Oh shit.
And then they give you a little caffeine jolt and whatever. So I ate a couple of those when we were headed to dinner. And then we were drinking some of the 15 and a half year stuff. And so I took a sip after having one of those, and it totally changed the experience. It made the whiskey so much better.
Oh man.
So I'll have to have you try this, because it was mind blowing.
Hey, look, we learned. We had eaten a brownie, and what else did we eat? Cookies, brownies, cakes, apple pies. And when we've been trying everything, I ain't gonna lie to you. And we turned around, and when we drank the whiskey the second time, I don't know if it was the sugar that coated our mouth or the sweetness, but it was like the whiskey enhanced. It went up quite a few levels. The flavor's already good on this whiskey, but the sweet just,
if you find the right pairing, whether it's a cigar, whether it's some kind of baked good, or a sweet, or a chocolate, or any of that stuff, caramel, like they make these like bourbon caramels that are dipped in chocolate, those things are awesome. So finding the right pairing just kind of levels it up a little bit. So,
well, food for thought there.
Yeah.
This is one of those bottles, again, normal price points, anywhere from $85 to $125. $125 is the normal price. See, when you get a $65 bottle from the Whiskey Blendery, you know it's magic in a bottle. And the price makes you buy 4 of them. Now, walk us through, we'll go right into the 1911.
Yep.
You got a guy, he's got a Patreon, he's worked with you a couple years, he blends
the
something.
1911 Syndicate, so
amazing.
It's a gun channel that teaches you all about guns. He focuses on the 1911 style pistols, and really entertaining channel. And every year he does a holiday whiskey with us, and this is this year's, and it's fantastic. Like it is Christmas in a bottle, and leveled up, and we use some of the same rye, some of the same like Kelvin barrel ryes that we've done on his last few projects. And so every year it's a year older, and it gets a little bit better, and we know a little bit more. And so that's a great bottle.
Man, this is going to be private link. It's only going to be shipped. It can only be shipped to how many states?
42 states.
42 states can get this bottle, but you might not get a chance because
it'll go fast. Yeah,
it'll go fast. Plus, it's for a guy who has a Patreon account, right?
Yeah,
So you have to be a part of-
Patreon will get first access, just like our blending members get first access to what we do. Then it goes to social members, then bottle of the month, and then it gets released to everybody. So if there's anything left, then we'll post up about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, early to mid-November that will be available, and then he'll run point on communication on who gets one.
There you go. And he's talking about Annie specifically. So if you want Christmas in a bottle and you want to pair it with a good Christmas cookie, gingerbread, any of that stuff, this is a bottle. Well, I'll just say good luck getting it, but it's a good bottle. Now, I text Tim a picture about Happy Accident because it was so good. And I said, man, what's the story on this?
And actually, I didn't tell you the story on why it's called Happy Accident.
That part you did say. So here on YouTube, you get to hear it first.
Yeah. So this was Battle of the Blends 2023. So last year's Battle of the Blends, and this was the runner-up to the winner. So this was second place finish. The Bourbon Society of the Ozarks guys made that blend, and it's awesome. So we had 5 unmarked single barrels for them to blend with in the competition. They picked one as their base, and I don't think they realized it, but they were trying to make something else, and then they picked the wrong one when they made it. And so basically they were splitting up to divide and conquer, which you've seen people do when they're on a shot clock to get.
They're like this, hey, you guys work on this one, we'll figure out who's got the best at the end, and then if we need to make changes, we will.
Yep. So basically they blended up something by accident that they weren't supposed to, and then tried it, and it's like, oh wow, this is awesome, and then found out, oh well, I didn't follow that. Here's what I actually did, which was off the grid, and then that was their happy accident. So like 15 minutes in to the blend, they made this, and then spent the next 45 minutes trying to make it better or find something else, and then couldn't make it better. So this was their happy accident because they made something they weren't planning to make, but it ended up being the best. And we had our oldest barrel in that lineup was I think it was 9.5 year 95% wheat whiskey, and that's the base in this. So it was somewhere between, I think it was around like 56% of that blend, if I remember right, was the 9.5 year wheat whiskey. So last year, Aaron from Smoke Wagon, that was his favorite whiskey, and then Wes Henderson from Angel's Envy, and he's got a new label, True Story.
True Story.
Yeah, and this was his favorite whiskey too in the lineup. So they were judges with this. So, and Wes said that was very much like a pre-prohibition style whiskey to him, that it tasted very, very old. So
well, that means that's history in a bottle right there, and it was all an accident.
Yeah, so it's a happy accident.
A happy accident, because nothing beats something that's like good, and there's nothing you can do about it. That's what I love about like great things happen fast, and you go back a lot of times and try to manipulate or just leave it alone, man. We got to let it just live a little bit. Now, what is this that you brought? What's this? I saw you bring this over.
So I'm pouring that. So this actually we're gonna dump this barrel soon.
Hold on, let me get a little taste of that thing right there.
Yep. Here, I haven't tasted this yet. I'm letting I'm letting it air out. I've been drinking it for the last couple weeks just to confirm that this one's had some air on it. So this one changes a lot after it's got some air.
God, I'm gonna tell you this, people.
That one's awesome, isn't it?
I'm a Manuka honey guy. I love a hot tidy. There's a woman in Britain who lived to about $1.09, and she attributed her quality of life to drinking whiskey with lemon and water every night. She heat that thing up and have a sweetener. So I then went down a rabbit hole and said, well, what are the benefits of whiskey? And it's a lot of benefits to it, more benefits than there are problems, depending on your style of drinking. We drink on pace. You know, like you got a little pacer, like, boop, time to drink. When you get off pace, you go, I'm jammed up over here, but I can't go nowhere. Now, what are the notes on this one right here?
Yeah, so this thing constantly evolves. So this is one of the 15.5 year Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. And so this will be the first one that we release for the distillery. So I mentioned that we've got a online partner now that can ship direct to consumer. So anytime we launch anything with a new partner, we try to make it special.
Of course.
So this will be available online. Very small quantity because it's a short barrel, so very small quantity.
How many bottles are going to be available?
Well, I'll tell you later today when we dump the barrel, but If I had to guess, probably around 80 bottles total are in that barrel.
Damn. So that's only 80 opportunities for you guys just to taste it now.
And I'm gonna keep a few because this keeps getting better and better, and
I have to talk him in and
it's
let me
starting to
get
get some of that strawberry that we get on some of them.
Yeah.
It's starting to come out.
And this is a straight single barrel, and it smells like magic, people. I think one of the things I know Tim looks for is when it's not too harsh on the nose. And I've learned that it can matter and it cannot matter. At the end of the day, I don't smell any ethanol. I've only had 2 pours today. One being this one right here, which I just finished, and that was ridiculous. And then this one here, if you need to do anything, man, you can hit it, because we got the silencer mic, so man, look, it literally.
And this is, try it first, and then I'll tell you what the proof is.
You see, man, you gotta warm up the nostrils. Oh man. That's crazy. And I'm not one who can
It's
hide
so
his
good.
faces.
Yeah.
So if it was a face to make, I would have been like, oh wow, this one was smooth, like no burn on the tongue. Crazy finish. I feel like it's wrapping my whole mouth in its flavor, getting coated.
So this is 123.4 proof.
Straight out the barrel.
Yeah, straight out of the barrel. Yeah, it's super long finish too. Golly, that's a great one.
Man.
And then we've got.
Oh yeah, tell them we got to make sure we do. So Tony's wrapping right now some bottles that are getting shipped out. This is the first. This is the first bottle that's actually being started.
You know, we've never done this before because we don't even know how to tape the boxes. So yeah, we're doing extra special care to preserve the beautiful wax that he's done. So we're wrapping them in plastic and getting them all ready. But these will only be available online. So the new Double Jeopardy Deliberation, cask strength at 119 proof. Gosh, that is such a special bottle. That's almost like a cigar blend on its own.
Really?
And it's an after dinner pour,
Do you have
super
a cigar
sweet.
you would recommend with trying this whiskey? Or I mean, I don't know enough about cigars to say.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat as you, to where I only smoke a few cigars a year.
We're gonna learn some, so I might bring some cigars and see what Tim thinks about some sweeter cigars.
We've got a guy coming in that owns a cigar place that he's coming in to make kind of a cigar blend. Yeah. So we should have you guys back when he's doing it, and then talk to him about the different stuff. We'll
get some perspective.
But I bet if he tastes that, then he's gonna be like, yeah, can I just do this for my blend? Because I know it pairs well with the cigar because it's so sweet. It's got the it almost drinks like a finished whiskey because it has such a sweet caramel finish on it. And yeah, that's a great bottle.
Guys, well, again, stay tuned. I've told you to keep a whiskey. Every whiskey has a story. All these bottles are super different, but I feel like they're all magical.
All very different.
Like this is literally, oh Jesus, magic in a bottle. Bake Sale Limited Miracle on 1911 Street.
Yep.
I wonder if that's even really a street. It's not. And then Happy Accident. And I'm happy it accidentally ended up in my home. Guys, keep it whiskey, man.